Hey everyone, we're here in the Pontiac Cooling Center because it is hot outside, 94 degrees outside right now, and for reference, it's 85 degrees in Miami. I'm here at the Detroit Grand Prix on the pad where all the action is happening. It's a super exciting environment where you can hear the drivers behind you, you can see the action. If you have a ticket, you can come check out this action and even meet some of the drivers. This is the 6th year that WMHW is hosting their Bash a Bronco event. This car was donated by Green's Towing, who generously paid for the car and the towing to and from the church. If you want to smash this car, you can head to Wesley Church on South Washington Street from 4 to 7 p.m. It costs $3 to smash for 30 seconds or $5 to smash for a minute. Let's get smashing. Overall, Slotkin encourages students, residents, everybody to get registered and get out to vote on November 5th. Hey everyone, I'm here at the Detroit Riverfront where I just participated in a Zumba class that took my breath away. Today we are here for our Get Fit for Life event, and we have so much going on. We have a Zumba class, we have a carousel, and we are just encouraging everyone to stay healthy. Earlier today we went on a 1-mile walk, and I spoke with some people about why walking is so important to them. Fall has arrived, and a man from Lansing is very excited about this year's pumpkin display. As I've mentioned before, they need to lock down their defense. Last week against Ball State, they gave up the most amount of yards to Ball State that they have so far all season. The lawsuit cites emotional damage inflicted upon the Detroit community who supports the Detroit Riverwalk. President Bob Davies announced in an email last night that the staff member using the offensive word was dismissed from the meeting and then later placed on administrative leave. He kind of struggled a little bit. What are your thoughts on putting a rookie player into this big pressure game? You're ending your tenure here in December. What's next?
We're still making up and seeing where we go.
You talk about trust. How do you encourage other pitchers to develop that same kind of trusting relationship with your catchers?
Yeah, so you need experience.
Tonight, the Tigers take on the Washington Nationals at 6:40 p.m. Reese Olson is starting for the Tigers, and the game looks to be a hot one. This past Saturday, Attorney General Dana Nessel, along with Deputy Secretary of State Adavier, spoke here at Central Michigan University in a town hall event about keeping elections safe. They touched on many topics that are hot in the election world right now, like immigrants voting, dead people voting, and just overall election fraud. However, the main topic that they touched on was the importance of people getting out there and voting.
But the one thing we can agree on is that our democracy doesn't work unless we all participate in it.
In addition to the Attorney General and the Deputy Secretary of State, Isabella County Clerk Mindy Lux, Central Vote's President Carson Cooley, and a CMU communications professor joined the panel. The panelists say that voter fraud in Michigan is very rare, and when instances of this alleged fraud do occur, it is usually a mistake.
There are occasions where we see someone who tries to fill out an absentee ballot voter application for someone else. But when that happens, they get caught.
Many audience members asked questions about the legitimacy of absentee ballots.
There's been a lot of controversy about absentee ballots over the last couple election cycles, but they are just as secure as if you went into a polling location in person to cast a ballot.
In addition to voter security, the panelists here touched on the fact that voting is a bipartisan effort. They emphasized that they're doing everything in their power to keep elections here in Michigan safe and secure, and they want all people to know that they should feel safe about voting. Diamond Batiste was shot and fatally wounded on November 14th. Today, her family is speaking about her life and is asking the killer to come forward.
She was a daughter, a sister, a niece, a friend. She was my only sister. Diamond was only 18 years old and in good health, and she had so much to live for.
Diamond was with friends on Detroit's east side when shots were fired, fatally wounding Diamond.
Justice!
Justice!
That's right. Justice.
Her family wants justice for Diamond.
We want the truth about what happened, and we want the killer held accountable in a way he or she can't do it again.
To the killer, murderer, I would like for y'all to turn yourself in at least for my birthday, so we could get some type of closure.
Diamond! If you or anyone you know has information about the shooting, you can call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. In Detroit, I'm Ella Pierzecki, Local 4. Locally here in Isabella County, voters had the opportunity to vote on two proposals. One of these was a millage to increase funding to continue current county services such as the Humane Society and the Sheriff's Department. The other was a bond to build a community aquatic center. Now, if the bond to build the aquatic center is passed, the pool will be built by the spring of 2027. I went to precinct number 3 at Fancher Elementary School in Mount Pleasant today to speak with residents about what they thought about building the pool. Can you tell me what you think about the bond to build the aquatic center?
That's the main reason I came to vote today. Is my daughter's a swimmer and I really wanted Mount Pleasant to have a pool for their team. One of the things is the community doesn't understand that they don't have a competition pool in the area. CMU doesn't have one. There's not some hidden pool somewhere that they can use. So without this pool, it's very tough for our team. We have to travel to Elma or Midland to get time in the water.
I voted yes on the bond. I have studied this quite a bit. I've learned a lot about it. I feel like the Aquatic Authority really did great research in terms of putting together this plan. I think it will be an economic boost for our community.
I think we need the aquatic center. Myself, I'll use it. I'm not a CMU student nor a child, so I don't really have an outlet.
Although I only spoke with supporters of the aquatic center, opponents are taking to Facebook. Judith Abendroth posted, quote, "My vote will be no on the aquatic center. Why? Because it will be used mainly by those that reside in the city, not the rest of the county. Farmers and those that live farther away will seldom be able to have the time to drive to and utilize the center. You must consider the entire area before making major proposals of how to spend our money." I also spoke with Norma Bailey. She is the chairperson for Precinct 3 here in Mount Pleasant. She talked about the importance of voting.
I believe and have all my life that every vote matters because we've had elections, not necessarily a national election, but we've had local elections here that were determined by one vote. In fact, there was one that was a tie and the two candidates had to flip a coin to see who won the election. So particularly in local elections, it's important. But I just believe that if I want to have my voice heard, I need to cast my ballot.
Norma also said that millennials and Gen Z students make up the largest population of voters. So if you're not registered to vote, Michigan has a new law that voters can register to vote on the same day as Election Day. So you can head to your polls until 8 p.m. tonight to vote and to register to vote. Turning to the presidential primary, Nikki Haley was in Grand Rapids yesterday where she hosted a rally. Now, although Haley is trailing in the polls, she has said previously that she will be remaining in the race until Super Tuesday, which will take place next week on March 5th. For more on election coverage, you can tune in to a special election segment tomorrow on our show Central View Live at 5 p.m. where I will be bringing you all the results of the Isabella County election.